months now, travelers have been facing chaos at airports, from delays and cancellations to missing luggage. And amid this, trains have been seeing a rise in popularity as folks look for ways to take trips without taking to the stressful skies. Now, for more on this, we have the top expert on all topics related to travel, Senior Travel Advisor Peter Greenberg, here with us in studio. Good morning to you, Peter.
Good morning, Mr. B.
Taylor Swift fan, Britney Spears fan. We're talking a lot about pop stars this morning.
We are, but let's talk about trains.
Okay, let's start there. Now, people still do take the train, like you and myself. It's great here in the Northeast Corridor between places like New York and DC. But what is the new attraction, the new benefit? Is there new interest in taking trains?
Well, it was sort of like, it had to happen because of what was going on with the airlines. So ridership last year was up an average of 89% over 2021. Not close yet to the 2019 levels, but on some corridors, like the Northeast Corridor, Acela was up 131% in ridership. So Amtrak is doing very, very well in that regard. They still have some continuing problems, but they've restored service a lot to their long-haul service. You know, like trains like the Sunset Limited, the Zephyr, the Coast Starlight, so many of those legendary trains. They returned some of the dining cars back, better dining service now. And as a financial alternative, you know, you can actually save a lot of money. Right now with passes that Amtrak has not necessarily made public a lot. They don't really promote it a lot. But you can get a 30-day pass or a 15-day pass for as little as $500, which gives you like 10 different trips over the system in that 30-day period and kids under 12, $250. So
wow.
It's a viable alternative, especially when you consider if you plan it right, you may not have to sleep at a hotel.
I think you're right. It's more of a lack of awareness about these things. I wasn't even aware of some of those deals, and I didn't even realize the enjoyable benefit of train travel until I came to CBS and had to get between New York and DC so many times.
Well, if you actually do a time and motion efficiency study, the time it takes you to get to the airport, to go through security, to wait for a plane that may not be on time, and do the exact same process on the other end to wait for your bags, versus the time it takes you to get to the train station and get to those locations. In some cases, the train beats you.
What about derailments? I mean, some of the long-haul routes you've mentioned with Amtrak, over the past few years, there have been a number of derailment issues, and it does put people off.
Well, there are two issues here. One is something called PTC, which stands for Positive Train Control. It's a system that should have been implemented years ago. It's now being implemented now, basically allowing the train system to slow a train down, even if the conductor's not able to do that, to stop those collisions. That's one form of derailment. The other form of derailment, of course, is the condition of the tracks themselves.
Right.
They're working on that. But then again, it calls into question the fact that we're the only country that we know of that's developed that does not have high-speed rail.
I know. It pains me when you see the maps of other countries that have such good high-speed rail systems. What's the best way for saving money on trips for folks who do want to do this?
Well, the pass I just gave you in this country works, but if you're going overseas this summer, it's the traditional Eurail pass. You know, when they first started the Eurail pass, it affected by about maybe 16 countries were involved. It's now up to 33 countries, and you can
all over Europe.
All over Europe, and you can get passes that start at about $218 up to maybe $460. That'll give you up to 3 months of travel. Do the math on that. You can't miss it. It's a great way to go. Now, the one caveat is you have to buy that Eurail pass with your round-trip U.S. ticket before you leave the country. You can't buy it once you get to Europe.
Interesting. Take the train, everybody, please. It's a great way to get around, and always follow Peter Greenberg's advice. Great to see you this morning, Peter. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks.